Thank you, Director Abizaid. Director Wray, we spoke March 2nd in the Judiciary Committee about the extent of violence in communities across the country, the alarming increase in violent crime, particularly from 2019 to 2020, also from 2020 until this year. City of Atlanta, 113 homicides this year. That's a 16% increase from last year, a 64% increase from 2019. Georgians are deeply concerned by the intensity of violence in our communities. When we spoke in March, you said you were going to work to refine your assessments of the factors driving this increase in violent crime and violence across the United States. What are your conclusions?
So I do think as much as it's a phenomenon in our home state of Georgia, it is also in other parts of the country as well. And while there might be variations from city to city, I think there's a number of factors that contribute to it. I think the impact of COVID cannot be underestimated, whether it's trial backlogs, early inmate releases, unemployment, et cetera. You have more juveniles committing violent crime. You have certain prosecution practices and decreased sentences, which put recidivists back out on the street more readily, and that adds to its challenge. You also have the prevalence of firearms, including interstate trafficking. By that I mean firearms in the hands of those who are prohibited, legally prohibited from having them. So all those factors together create a combustible mix. I would add into that a number of police departments, our close partners that we work with every day, who have an incredibly challenging job, are experiencing recruiting challenges and attrition that is in early retirement, and that in turn adds to it. So you put no one factor by itself, but you put all those things together, and that's part of why you're seeing, I think, the increase in homicides. You're also seeing increases in carjackings and other violent crimes, not just in Atlanta, not just in Georgia, but in cities all over the country. And it's something that I suspect every member of this committee hears about from its constituents with increasing frequency for good reason.
Thank you, Director Wray.